The Dallas Cowboys' offensive line woes continued on Wednesday afternoon, with versatile lineman Hakeem Adeniji becoming the latest player to miss practice at training camp in Oxnard. Adeniji was one of the players named as a potential replacement for injured left tackle Tyler Guyton, who is expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks. There is no word on why Adeniji was dressed in street clothes, but he is missing key reps with the first and second team units. Nick Harris of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram was first to report the news. During the NFL offseason, the Cowboys signed the veteran lineman Adeniji, who is a former 6th-round pick of the Cincinnati Bengals in the 2020 NFL Draft and a former Super Bowl starter. Adeniji can play both tackle and guard and has big game experience after starting for the Bengals in the 2023 AFC Championship game and Super Bowl 56, which was a heartbreaking loss to the Los Angeles Rams. It will be interesting to see how soon Adeniji returns to the practice field, but with his absence, it is clear that 2024 7th-round pick Nathan Thomas is the leader in the clubhouse to start at left tackle until Guyton can return to the lineup. The Dallas Cowboys are reshuffling the deck along the offensive line following the injuries to starting left tackle Tyler Guyton and Rob Jones, who has been working with the ones. Guyton suffered a fractured bone in his knee that is expected to keep him sidelined for 4 to 6 weeks, while Jones is expected to miss a few months after suffering a broken bone in his neck. One of the players who is expected to see extended reps in Guyton's absence was a Johnny Cornelius, who was selected in the 6th round of the 2025 NFL Draft. Unfortunately for Cornelius, who is competing for a roster spot, he found himself in hot water on Wednesday afternoon and was given the boot from practice for getting involved in a fight. That's not the kind of impression you want to give when you could already be on the roster bubble. Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer warned players earlier in camp that the next players to fight risked being kicked out of practice and were guaranteed to be removed from the field if they threw a punch. According to practice spectators, Cornelius did exactly that, throwing a punch before getting sent to the showers early. The Dallas Cowboys have been involved in a very public back-and-forth between team owner and general manager Jerry Jones and star pass rusher Micah Parsons, who is looking for a contract extension ahead of the start of the season. Fans were stunned recently when Jones said that Parsons could be hit by a car after being asked about a potential extension getting done. Contracts are 4-5 years, okay? There's a lot of water under the bridge if you step out there and do something in the first 2 or 3, Jones told reporters, according to CBS Sports. You can get hit by a car, seriously. So there's a lot to look at over a lot of years that could make a big difference. Have you ever heard of any clubs committing to players and then they didn't pan out after they committed to them? We have. Now, ESPN's Adam Schefter is reporting that things are not going well between the two sides. I would say right now we are further away from a deal in late July, early August than we were in late March, early April. The two sides have gone backwards, not forwards. I don't think they're speaking very much these days, if at all, but this negotiation, when it was a negotiation, has gone sideways. It's not a negotiation right now. There's really no conversation about getting a deal done. People were interested in these podcasts. That could change next week. It could change shortly before the season. We've seen how long Dallas sometimes waits on some of these deals. See CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott last season. This sounds different to me. This sounds a little bit more personal from both sides. It sounds like Dallas is upset with the fact it felt like it was getting closer to a deal, and that deal went sideways. And I think Micah Parsons feels like this deal should have been done. I don't think Micah's real happy with them. I don't think they're real happy with him. I don't think anybody's real happy with anybody, and I don't think there's a deal that's being discussed right now, not to mention being close. It'll be interesting to see how things play out between the sides. The Dallas Cowboys front office has been playing a dangerous game by publicly criticizing star players at the beginning of training camp in Oxnard, California. Both Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs have been targets of owner/general manager Jerry Jones and Nepo EVP Stephen Jones, while Dak Prescott also caught a stray from Jerry for getting injured. Publicly calling out your star players has never been the best decision because it makes things personal and causes relationships to sour. That may be the case with Diggs, who appears to have had enough of the public callouts after firing off a cryptic tweet. After comments from Stephen Jones on 105.3 The Fan on Diggs' decision to rehab away from the team, which cost him $500,000, Diggs shared a simple message on X. Diggs appears to be calling Jones out and disagreeing that he would be further along in his rehab if he was with the team. Following Wednesday's practice, Diggs was asked if he wanted to elaborate on his cap message, but he had nothing else to add, according to Calvin Watkins of the Dallas Morning News. Having the public back and forths is good for no one, but it's easy to understand Diggs' frustration. He did what he thought was best for his body, and the team disagreed. However, when you start putting him on blast and questioning his leadership, things are towing the line and personal feelings are going to get involved. Let's hope the two sides can repair the relationship, because the last thing Dallas needs is one of their star players at odds with the front office. Former Samford defensive back Christian Matthew has signed with the Dallas Cowboys, the NFL team announced on Tuesday. Matthew did not play in 2024. He spent the entire season on the Baltimore Ravens injured reserve list because of an undisclosed injury and had been a free agent since March 12th. Dallas signed Matthew after working out 4 cornerbacks on Monday. Matthew played for Samford in 2018 and 2019, then moved to Valdosta State as a graduate transfer. Because the coronavirus pandemic caused the NCAA Division II schedule to be canceled in 2020, he had to wait to 2021 to earn all Gulf South Conference recognition and help Valdosta State reach the NCAA Division II championship game. The Arizona Cardinals chose Matthew in the 7th round of the NFL Draft on April 30, 2022. He played in 14 games, with 3 starts as a rookie. In addition to 180 special teams plays, Matthew played 235 defensive snaps in 2022. After Matthew played exclusively on special teams in the first 4 games of the 2023 season, the Cardinals waived the cornerback. 2 days later, Matthew joined the Chicago Bears practice squad for the remainder of the 2023 regular season. The Bears elevated Matthew for 2 games of special teams duty. After Chicago's season ended, the Ravens picked up Matthew for their practice squad in the postseason.